Hey all, welcome to ShareTrek. This is Raj here. The market has just closed. I wanted to make this snappy video for you. I want to keep it short for our genomics audience and quickly give you a roundup of what I think has happened today and what's likely to happen next. I've also made a video looking at the Chinese media from the point of view of understanding how China views this trade conflict and how US views it, because it seems like if there is a deal, the market is likely to go up. So what are the chances of that happening? So I was looking at the positioning of both. Please have a look at it. And if you have access to Chinese media or something, and you're also looking at the Western media, I think I'd like to hear from you. What is your opinion? What do you think of my interpretation? It'll all help us to get positioned properly before a deal is made. So with that said, let's look at how we ended the day today in the S&P 500. And friends, as I mentioned before, this is a bearish pennant, and ideally bearish pennants break on downwards and they go to the length of the pole that is there before it. But in this case, we have not yet had a breakthrough. Sometimes it can break through on the other side as well if it gets external catalyst. Today an attempt was made to break through, and that breakthrough did not happen. So this kind of shows the market is a little bit weak because first of all, we managed to stay below this diagonal line of resistance, which along with the 21-day of exponential moving average, which is this mustard color line or yellow color line that you see here, together provided us very strong resistance, as I mentioned this morning, and that held. However, we were able to go above this line of support, which happened to be at 5,374.66. We have ended at 5,375.85, just slightly above it. I mean, it's just a minor difference, but for all practical purposes, that line is neither a support nor a resistance right now, because the price is exactly on top of it. So I'll leave the image as it is. And for tomorrow, I think this could either be a support or a resistance. The ultimate support for tomorrow is the 9-day exponential moving average. The ultimate resistance for tomorrow is the 21-day exponential moving average. And I'm thinking that because today we have this long wick, I would say that this was the buyer exhaustion candle, because the bulls tried to push it up, and then it was firmly pushed back down again, and it was pushed down under this diagonal line of resistance and also below the 21-day exponential moving average. That takes a lot of power. We had a gap up opening, so bulls had come fully charged, but the bears managed to push it down. So tomorrow I'm thinking that we are going to see action below this horizontal red line out here at 5379.94 and above this horizontal green line of 5281.53. That's the range in which S&P 500 is going to be. And we have to see some concrete movement when it comes to the tariff issue. The tariff issue is global. It has to be taken care of, and otherwise things are going to be very bad for the market, and the chances of us breaking down on this bearish pennant is much higher. And if you look at the MACD also, it's, even though it is bullish, the RSI has not gone above 50%. It is below average even now. So things are not looking that great. And if you look at NASDAQ, the story is the same. We are below the 21-day exponential and the diagonal line of resistance. So that's going to be the resistance again for tomorrow. And our support is going to be out here, which is an area which is got two lines of support. And one of them happens to be, the first one is at 18,614.58. The next one is at 18,500.52. Those two will be the support for tomorrow. However, if we break down below that, the 9-day exponential moving average is going to provide us support. So we are going to be inside this bearish pennant for a little more, maybe 2 or 3 days, and then we'll break out from it either on the bottom or on the top. I'm thinking that we are likely to break out on the bottom because there seems to be no resolution to all of the mess that we see around us. And it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen in the next 2 or 3 days, but we are expected to break out of this wedge in the next 2 or 3 days. So the chances of us falling down is much higher than the chances of us going up. That's the way I'm looking at it. And if you look at the VIX today, it had managed to come down, but it was pushed up by this diagonal line of support, and it's a doji candle, and it's been stopped by the 21-day exponential and the 9-day exponential out there. Put call ratio is almost neutral. It's at 0.90, And I'm going to go and have a look at our genomic stocks, and let's get started. Why don't I just, yeah, let's get started instead of doing a sorting and all that. I'm going to show you the best performing stock for today first. It's great Grail, and Grail has managed to gap up and go above this horizontal line of resistance at 31.95, converting it into a support. However, there was buyer exhaustion, and we are back again. The wick on the top is much longer than the wick on the bottom, so that's what I have there. And let us see if there is any news. There is no news to support this. Maybe there is a news and we don't know about it, but we'll take what we can get out here. We have formed some golden crosses as well. The 9-day has crossed over the 21-day exponential. That's a bullish sign. MACD is bullish. Plenty of room for the RSI to become overbought, so there is plenty of room upside. MACD is also super bullish at this point of time. So I think that Grail is looking very good at this point of time. And the next biggest gainer happens to be Prime. Prime gained 5.33%. Don't get fooled by the red candle. It just indicates that we opened high and then we came down. We opened exactly at the resistance of this diagonal line, which for us today was at 1.85. We went up a little and then we came down, and we managed to touch this line of support out here. Yesterday our candle was green, so these two were resistances, but since we opened above that, this became a line of support, and the line of support managed to help it to stay above. And the good thing to note is that we closed above the wick of yesterday's candle, and therefore I think we are in the positive. Everything is looking overall much better for Prime. The MACD is also bullish, and momentum is above average, so I'm thinking that Prime is looking good. There is no new news I have for Prime, so this again is sentiment trade. I'm happy to see this here. I would rather have a up day than a down day, so I'm wishing all those who have Prime the very best. Now next, let's go on to Intelia, which is down 2.71% upward after 3 continuous days of gains. The thing to note here is that we started very high. We gapped up in the morning when we opened, but the 50-day exponential at 8.73 kept pushing us down. So for a moment we went up further, but we were pushed down by the horizontal line of resistance at 8.97. I'm just going to make it a little thick so that you can see it in your smaller devices. So that pushed us down. So firmly we were pushed down by the 50-day exponential, and we are below the stomach of the previous day's candle, or halfway of the previous day's candle. So I think the bearish reaction is much more substantial. We were down 2.71%, and post-market we have dropped another 0.19%. So our next support is going to be the 21-day and the 9-day exponential moving average, sitting between 7.63 and 7.73. That's the pocket of support for us. And our resistance for tomorrow is going to be the 50-day exponential at 8.73, failing which we have 8.99 as the resistance. MACD is looking good. Momentum is also above average, but it turned for the worse. Let us see if there is any news. Yesterday's news was the only news. It said Trump's FDA sends a bullish signal to biotech heard on the street. Unfortunately, that bullish signal was not heard for too long, and we have come back down again. Caribou Biosciences was up 0.79% during today's trade. It was pushed down by the 21-day exponential, and we have a kind of inverted hammer out here. I think the bulls were not strong enough to push it upwards. The buyers got a bit exhausted and it came down again. But I think we will take a positive of 0.79 any day, and tomorrow is another day to fight. Unfortunately, the momentum is not that high. The RSI is still below average, and our MACD is pretty good. It's bullish. So I think I'll take the MACD, and I'll look at a second attempt tomorrow for this stock to try to break the 21-day exponential. And if it does that, then it will have a little extra strength, and that will prepare the grounds for a golden cross where we can have the 9-day exponential cross over the 21-day exponential from below, and that will be another bullish sign that can help it to build up step by step. One of the things that I'm trying to see here is a potential double bottom. I'm looking at these two. It's not textbook, but still I'm thinking that we could potentially have a double bottom. Let us see if we are able to crack the neckline and kind of trigger the double bottom out here, and then I'll put you some targets and we'll see if it happens. Beam is down 1.51% in post-market action, and during the day it had opened up high, went up further higher, and then came down. As you can say, it's again an inverted hammer and with a very small body at the bottom, so it shows some kind of exhaustion. So tomorrow I'm pretty sure that we are likely to come down and test the support of 19.06, and today's resistance of the 50-day exponential, which is going to be at 21.49, continues to be a resistance for us for tomorrow. MACD is looking good. Momentum is also above average, but unfortunately there is not enough juice in the tank, and I think we have given up. And we have alt immune, which was up 2.47% during the day, having opened up much higher. During the day it went up further, pierced through the resistance of 5.10, but could not sustain, and it came back down again. It's a exhaustion of the buyers, and we have this inverted handle out here. Tomorrow's support is going to be the 21-day and the 9-day exponential, which are in the range of 4.67 to 4.79, and our resistance is again going to be the resistance from today of 5.10. Let us see if the little bit of above average momentum can help us propel further, because MACD is giving us full support. It's very bullish. We'll see what happens tomorrow. We need some positive news, and I don't think we have much news out here. Pemvidutide, any data release for that could push alt immune up. I'm looking for that. Verb was up 4.19% today. Again, buyer exhaustion has pushed it below the I think it's the 100-day exponential moving average. I don't think you can see this 100-day exponential moving average, so I'm going to change the color of this. I don't know what color to select. I'm going to select what color? Something that stands out from the others. That blue is not good. This is also not visible. Okay, I would like to go with a lavender color. So this is our 100-day exponential moving average. It pushed us down, and it has given us inverted hammer out here. Our support for tomorrow is going to be this diagonal line of support, and it's going to be at 5.01 or $5. That's going to be the support for tomorrow. And we also have the 50-day exponential moving average, which is sitting at 5.29 as support. These are the two supports. Resistance is going to be the 100-day exponential, which is this line out here. It's at 5.74. I hope you are able to see these lines in your smaller devices. If not, just put it in the comment and I'll make it a little bit more thicker. I prefer it a little thin because then it gives us more precision. Editas is flat after the day's action. It actually opened up higher, tried to beat the 100-day exponential, got pushed down, and it has ended up flat. And post-market there are no trades, so we are at standstill. I was expecting that we would probably touch a target of 1.80, but that target has not happened today. We'll see if it happens tomorrow, because momentum is still high, MACD is still bullish, so there's still a chance tomorrow that we go up a little bit, at least a wick, to touch 1.80 and come back. So that's what I'm thinking for Editas. Illumina was up 2.56% in the day during the day trade, and after hours it's up 0.01%. It managed to stay above the line of support, which was very strong at 74.23 along with the 9-day exponential, but the 21-day exponential managed to push it back down again. And again, in this case, we opened up very strong in the morning, but we came down, and this is where we are. MACD is bullish, but the momentum has still not gone to be above average, so things are not looking that great as yet for Illumina, but it should in short order. CRISPR Therapeutics was down 1.76% during the day trade, and during the process it managed to break down below the support of 38.68 and ended up at 38.55. So I'm going to convert this line into a line of resistance. So for tomorrow, our line of resistance happens to be this line of resistance at 38.69, and we have support which is very strong. It's the joining of the 9-day and the 21-day exponential at 37.70. That's what is going to give us support tomorrow for CRISPR Therapeutics. Then we are looking at Allogene, and Allogene was up 1.26% today. Again, all the stocks in Genomics opened up very high because of the words that came from White House. But later on, the market decided it's just words. Nothing concrete is in hand, no deal is in hand, and China has not yet come to the table. So everything came down, and that's what is the story of all our genomic stocks. However, we managed to eke out a gain of 2 cents. We'll take that. MACD is still bullish and momentum is above average. So I think we still have a chance tomorrow to try and tackle the 50-day exponential moving average. And then I think we should be fine with that. I think Allogene is doing as good as it can under these circumstances. I'm really happy that many genomic stocks have been in the green for a few days. All the genomic investors deserve that because you have been through a lot. Grail I have already covered. So let's go on to PACB, which was down 0.85%. PACB doesn't seem to get a break. It is still range bound between 121, 1.21 and around 1.11. It's a 10-cent range in which it is moving. It's back into this range again today, and this is going to be the range of resistance for tomorrow. MACD and momentum not looking great. ARCG was up 2.21% during the day, and post hours it's up 0.60%. We will take that any day, and I think we started up much higher during the day. We got pushed down. The minor line of support which we had at 22 gave way for us, and we fell down below it. So that is going to be a minor line of resistance for tomorrow. I marked it red, and our other resistance is going to be the 50-day exponential, which is at 22.45. So those are the two resistance for tomorrow, and the support is the 21-day exponential, which is at 21.17. That is the support for us. MACD is above average and momentum is also bullish. So I'm expecting that tomorrow we'll try to cover the minor line of resistance. I had put a price target out here of 22.75. We already met that price target through this wick that we had today. So that price target is extinguished. We'll see what other things can drive it upwards. That's about it for ARCG. Vertex was up 0.40% and it's moving along nicely. I think it's creating a new bullish channel, potentially parallel to the previous channel. We'll see what happens with that. Momentum is above average. MACD is also bullish. And I think we have the earnings coming up on the 5th of May 2025. So it's going to be a potential catalyst for us, maybe a week or two down the line. Bluebird Bio is down 5.76%. I've stopped looking at Bluebird Bio because it's going for the private deal, and I don't think I want to deal in Bluebird because I don't understand what is happening with Bluebird right now, because it has got multiple offers for private equity to take over. So I'm going to ignore this for now. Let's go on to DNA. Ginkgo Bioworks, it was up 0.80% during the day, but it managed to fall below the minor line of support that we had at 7.85. So it's down again. So I'm going to mark this as red. And yesterday we had the 9-day exponential also as a resistance, but today it has become a support for us. The 21-day also has become a support for us. So that's the range for Ginkgo Bioworks for tomorrow. And then of course we have Unicure, and Unicure is not doing that great overall. It's flat. It managed to open up much higher, but closed exactly at where we ended yesterday. So it ended up flat. MACD is still good, but it's but the momentum is a bit flat, even though it's above average. There's plenty of room on the RSI. This gap up is kind of pulling it down, I believe. So we need to have some positive catalyst for Unicure, or else I think we're going to try to do the gap fill out here and it will bring us down. Some of the good points for Unicure is a whole bunch of golden crosses that have been created by the 9-day exponential moving average, but we still have other golden crosses yet to be created, and once those things also happen, that will add up to the bullishness for Unicure. And the other positive is that we are still above this diagonal line of resistance from a previous bear channel, which is now acting as a line of support and a kind of superior bear channel. So we want to see that we can form more higher highs and higher lows for Unicure. That's what we want to see out there. IMATIX opened up much lower but managed to go up, got pushed down by the 20-day exponential moving, by the 50-day exponential moving average, and it's still closed above yesterday's closing, and it still has the 50-day exponential as its resistance, and the support for it is the 9-day and the 20-day exponential, 21-day exponential moving average, which are in the range of 4.26 and 4.28 respectively. Those are going to be the support for tomorrow. MACD is still bullish. Momentum is still above average, so I think IMATIX should try to take another shot at the 50 days exponential moving average and try to convert that into a support tomorrow. So friends, that's what I have for you today in today's session. And I hope the best for you guys, but be very careful because we had a dead cat bounce in my opinion, and tomorrow we are likely to come back down again. That's most likely to happen, and some of the gains made here might be lost, so please keep that in mind. And yeah, that's about all I have got. If you like this video, please press a like out there, and if you want some other tickers to be added out here in the Genomic side, please mention that and I'll take a look at it. And yeah, that's about it. See you later. Bye for now.